Would you join me in reading responsively from Psalm 34? I will extol the Lord at all times.
His praise will always be on my lips.
My soul will boast in the Lord.
Let the afflicted hear and rejoice.
Glorify the Lord with me.
Let us exalt his name together.
I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise on my lips. My soul will boast in the Lord. Lord, glorify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord and he answered me. Let us exalt his name forever. I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise on my lips. My soul will boast in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Glorify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord and he answered me. Let us exalt his name forever. Number 135. Number 135. Let's stand together as we sing this hymn, please. Blind unbelief is certain to err and scan his work in vain. God is his own interpreter, and if we listen to him, we keep our eyes and ears open to him, he will make it plain to us.
Deep in become more urgent in our concern about it. I have presented the case, Chad has presented the case last night so very well, asking that you be very deeply concerned and moved about the future of Columbia Christian College. We have asked you to indicate on a card that you would be willing to do what you could to raise at least $1,000 by the end of the year from your friends and relatives. You have a network, you have a Christmas list, you have somebody over whom you have maximum influence, and somehow I don't think I have really convinced you of the seriousness of this problem. For only about a dozen people this week have indicated a willingness to undertake that enterprise. I guess it's not unusual in the life of a Christian college for it to face a problem of this nature. Dr. John Stevens tells about the history of Abilene Christian University. It came very close to closing, and it was only saved by a major gift made by a Mr. Hardin. In fact, Christian University is named Hardin, the Hardin Center or Hardin building in his honor. His gift was the one that saved Abilene Christian University. And what a loss it would have been to the cause of the Lord if that university had reached a point where they had to decide what to do with the trophies. Well, I want to ask you again tonight to seriously think about it. There are cards on the pews, and if you don't have one, someone at the end of the pew can pass you one, and I would urge that that be done at this moment. I'm going to ask you again to very seriously entertain the idea that you will go from this place determined to raise or give at least $1,000. You may not be able to give it yourself, but you should be able to raise it from your friends and relatives. And it could be that there is in this audience even tonight some individual who could step forward and make the kind of gift that would do for Columbia Christian College what the gift of Mr. Hardin did for Abilene Christian University. It might just be possible that you are here and that you may consider making such a magnificent gift. But I think in the main, Columbia Christian College will be rescued, if it's rescued at all, by little people, by those of us who cannot give the magnificent sums that would be so nice, but who still can give, and we can influence others to give. And so I'm asking you tonight to tell me what to do with this trophy. With some, do you want this college saved? Do you really want it saved? I mean, yes. Can you tell me yes?
Yes.
Do you want it saved enough that you'll put your influence on the line?
Yes.
Will you sign a card? What? Need to have you sign that card telling me that you're going to do it. My hope is to meet next week with the executive director of the Northwest Association concerning our accreditation. And it would arm me in with unspeakable power if I could go to him next week and say, in our meeting on Friday night, there were 50, 75, 100 people who said, You can count on us to either give or raise at least $1,000. Let's take a moment. Please fill out the card. And I'll keep this trophy right handy. And the way you respond and others respond in the next few days and weeks will tell me a great deal about what I ought to do with it. I want to put it back where it belongs. I don't want to see a meeting come where somebody says, the major item on our agenda today is what do we do with the trophies of Columbia Christian College. Doesn't have to come to that. So let's take a moment. Please fill out the cards and we'll collect them momentarily.